What is up, friends? Welcome to another episode of The Sarah B Show. Oh my gosh. So I have all this video stuff now, and I was so excited and ready to hit the ground running, and I'll record more because I can do it from home now, and I'm really going to figure this out. And I've done one. Now, to be fair, and I completely forgot about this, as I logged on to here, I did see a video like a week or two ago. I tried to actually do a podcast, and I was about 7 or 8 minutes in, and it was like going really well. And and then my excuse me, my internet went out. I would also like to put a little asterisk here in this podcast. I am very under the weather right now. I'm very ill right now. So you're probably gonna hear a lot of coughing. I thought about sucking on a cough drop throughout this, but I'm like, would that be annoying? I'd be like going, because I do that. Like, I think they taste so good. I was by the yummy flavors, probably like with like 1 billion grams of sugar, but whatever. But I thought that hearing me suck on a cough drop for 30 minutes might be annoying. But now I'm like, maybe coughing would be more annoying. Either way, I did make a cup of hot tea. Throat coat. Sounds delightful, with some lemon and honey. Let's see, I like the little teas that have the sayings on them, although I've drank so much hot tea since my breakup. Like, hot tea was like my go-to instead of alcohol, because I knew like I was heartbroken, and alcohol or weed would just make me like completely hit rock bottom. So I was like, hot tea it is, and I became obsessed. So I literally, I'm not joking, I think I know this one company's like every single quote. I've seen them all, the traditional medicinals. This one says, in all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous, Aristotle. So take that and, make your day with it or something. I don't know. Cheers to you guys. I'm trying to drink hot tea to lube up the throat. So like I was saying, I did come on and record a podcast last time, and I got 8 minutes in or something, and it shut down. And I was so upset because like, I've been like trying to do this podcast, and I've just been so distracted, and like I have a billion excuses. Like, I know they say resistance is the one thing you have to fight against, and you're gonna have a million excuses, and it's always gonna be something, but it literally has been like that. And I've just been like, I'll do it tomorrow because I'm tired tonight and the energy's not there. I'll do it tomorrow because I have this chunk of time to do this, and then I run out, and like it's just something every day, and I have failed so greatly. I was like, my podcast was like on the uptick. I was getting really good rankings and good readings and making some like a good amount of money, like a couple of things of gas a month kind of money, which is still something. I mean, right now I put like $20 a month into my website. I'm, wanting to do more and more, but I've just been like really excited about this whole concept in the video and getting all this together. And then I've just really dropped the ball. That being said, it's because a lot of really exciting things are going on in life. It's no excuse, because some really awesome things are coming up, which I will tell you about in this episode. That'll be out right after I'm complaining about not feeling good. But there's a reason why I really need to set my game up, and I will tell you guys about that shortly. But anyway, I am working on this. Obviously, like once I get all this together, I asked you guys last time if the audio sounded good, if anything was, mishapped or whatever, and I didn't get any bad complaints or any tips at all. Actually, I got a couple comments, but nothing to do with that. So I'm gonna say it went well. I definitely need to work on getting my intro music in, and a video, maybe some new, I've been saying forever, some new intro music, because I'm even getting sick of it. So if I'm getting sick of my own intro music, maybe you guys are too. Like, I want that intro song that you like hear and you dance to and you look forward to. I'm like, yeah, my shit was coming on. I don't know that this one does that. If that does it for any of you, please let me know. Because even if I change it, that'll just make me feel really happy. But it was just some free song that I found that I was like, this totally sounds like me and all the music that I like. So let's go with it. Tea break. Anywho, this episode brought to you by Throat Coat. Oh man, still noticing one of the bad habits I'm gonna have to break is looking at myself in the camera and fixing my hair constantly. I swear, okay, one episode I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be like a drinking game. You guys could participate too, but you're gonna get fucked up. But I'm doing it mostly for myself. Anytime I touch my hair or readjust my bangs or my hair, I have to take a shot. So you know what? That's gonna come up. I'm gonna do that in a couple of weeks. That'll be really fun. So, okay, well first I'm gonna go into why I'm sick, or how I'm sick, and then I'm gonna go into the big news I've been wanting to tell you guys about. But if you listen to Lex and Terry, I've already talked about it on there. But still, I haven't told you guys my podcast yet, so that's very exciting. Okay, I don't think I did anyway. Oh my gosh, what if I did on this last one? No, I didn't. I absolutely did not. I'm losing my mind. Oh, I'm sniffly. I'm on steroids. I'm going to blame that. I am. Okay. So basically, I'm going on vacation in a week, which is very exciting. And you know, I'm going to try, I'm saying it right now, I'm putting it off. I'm not going to try. I'm going to do another podcast next week to tell you guys all about my upcoming vacation before I go. And then I'll do one when I get back and let you know if it's everything it lived up to and how it was. That's what we're going to do. Because I already had questions coming in about that as well. So next week, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm absolutely doing it for you guys. Okay. So that being said, I'm going on vacation in a week and I've been sick. So it started a week ago and it started with like a really, really sore throat, like absurdly sore for a couple of days. And then the sore throat changed to like a really scratchy throat, really irritated and itchy. And I was coughing stuff up, which I'm really bad about doing that, but I try. I can't like hawk a loogie. I can't. Even earlier, like I was trying to do it and my mom heard me on the phone and she's like, you do that wrong. And I'm like, okay, sorry. Like, I guess I don't go deep enough. I'm not like, oh, it's just like, that's what I do. It's not deep and girthy enough, I guess. I don't know. I just suck at it, but I was still managing to get some stuff up. But it was like clear, you know? So I was like, oh, I think that's a good sign. Like it's just a viral infection and everything says, wait it out 7 days to 10 days or something. So I was, and in the back of my head, I'm also like, I don't want to keep being sick for vacation. I want to, excuse me. I want to fully be better by vacation. And also the back of my mind, I just lost insurance. I had been looking at the health marketplace and I really wanted my general practitioner and also my therapist to be included. But I'm going to be real, guys. I couldn't afford it. I could not afford insurance. Maybe if I went like bottom of the barrel, like unknown doctors completely, I could have, but like, in the back of my head, I'm just like, I feel like if I put like $50 a month into savings or a new savings account for health and, you know, just go to the doctor when I absolutely need it, try to stay healthy and be healthy and just pray to God that like there's going to be no catastrophic events. Like it would be cheaper to just go to the doctor when I needed to than it would be to pay every month. Like I cannot afford it. It is so expensive. And oh my God, I'm so happy to be single and out of that absolutely toxic, awful relationship that I was in. But oh my gosh, I have missed the insurance already. I have only had it, like not had it for like a few months now since, you know, the new year. And I am very sad about that. So not worth staying with a piece of crap, but you know, still unfortunate. So I need to do something about that. Maybe next year. So just crossing my fingers, but it's also like, this sucks. Like I'm 37 and, I'm 36. Jesus. 36 and I'm already starting to be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't ride any Lime scooters anymore because I almost died by riding in the pool that time. Maybe I shouldn't do, you know, scuba diving or swimming with sharks. Maybe I shouldn't. And I'm like starting to question all these things that like, maybe I should be more careful because I don't have insurance that could cover me at all if something were to happen. So I'm like, is this getting older? Is this like normal to go through these thoughts? Like, I don't like this. Like on my upcoming vacation, I'm like, I need to like wear bubble wrap constantly. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get a little more into my sickness stuff. So anyway, so I started feeling sick last Friday or Saturday, and this was the kicker. Like I've been dancing a lot, and I'm obsessed with it. It's like my new hobby that I've been kind of playing with, but I finally found a dance studio that I just absolutely love. I finally feel like I'm part of the team there. I actually paid for like unlimited classes for a whole month. I started just going Thursdays and then it turned to Tuesday, Thursdays. Now it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. And I used to have run club on Wednesdays, but now I go dancing on Wednesday nights. And so I go to run club on Sunday mornings. And now I've also started going to dance class on Saturday afternoons. And now I'm going to try to audition and get on the salsa team for competition, which now means I have to go Mondays to start learning salsa on 2 instead of salsa on 1. So that will leave me going to run club on Sundays, dance class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Oh my God. Like I don't sit still, but I am freaking loving it. I literally I was telling my mom earlier that I am kind of like equalizing this to, you know, when you're younger and you like live at home and your parents are like, oh, it's a school night, you got to go to bed early, or oh, you can't sleep on the couch and have a little slumber party with your sibling because it's a school night. I feel like this is like being able to stay up late on a school night. Like I can pay for my unlimited dance classes and I can go to as many dance classes as I want. Like my mom and other people are like, that's a little egregious. You're going so much. But guess what? I'm 36. I'm paying for this. I have free time. I can go to as many dance classes as I want, and it's freaking awesome. It is so awesome. And it's just, I'm having the best time with it. Like, I'm learning so much more than I thought. Like my friend, Alfonso and I went to this great dancing place here called Mexican Bar Company back in December, and I remember dancing, and it was fun. Like I had a really good time, but I definitely still like didn't really know what I was doing as far as technique or really anything. I wasn't good at following or like picking up on the little hints or guides or pushes or nudges or anything, but I still had a good time. And specifically, there's this one older guy with this little cute top hat. He's so cute. I think he might be Cuban. And he goes there with his wife, and Alfonso introduced me to him, and I danced with him once, and I could see in his face that like he wasn't having a good time trying to dance with me, and his eyes got big like every time I messed up, which was a lot. And afterwards, he's like, "Thanks," and you could tell it was like a "Nice to meet you, bye." Like it was not a good reaction, and he did not ask me to dance again at all. So fast forward to last weekend, and Alfonso and I went to Mexican Bar Company again, and in my dance club, like we have a group chat, and I group chatted to people that we were going there, and some of the students came out, so we had like a little group, and it was so fun. And I wore like this cute new dress and new heels that I bought, and like I'm not gonna lie, I felt like a freaking rock star out there. I felt like a professional salsa dancer. Now I'm not saying I'm like amazing or anything, but compared to December, the amount that I know now and the confidence I have now compared to just a few months ago is uncanny. And it felt amazing. So much so that one, I wasn't feeling good that day. I went that afternoon and I took 2 hours of dance classes, salsa and bachata, and then we went out that night. My throat was already starting to hurt and get scratchy, and I could tell like, uh-oh, I might be getting sick. It could be allergies. I really still want to go tonight. And I wasn't feeling good so much so that I was like, staying home actually sounds kind of nice, but I've already like got this group together and everything. So I went out and bought a new pair of street heels, like $40 DSW, Jessica Simpson's. Her shoes are always cute. Like let's be real. So this was such a stupid idea, by the way. So I bought these for street dancing or whatever, like in public, not gonna wear my studio shoes there, and went and I danced like 4.5 hours in these brand new heels. By the time we left, because I like did not sit down the whole night, it was like, want to dance, want to dance, want to dance, want to dance. I didn't say no to one person. I danced the whole night, and I barely drank too. And I'm like, God, this is just the greatest feeling. Like I don't need alcohol to dance anymore. In fact, it messes me up. I feel like when the tequila hits, I start getting dizzy and I stop like really knowing the moves and like not being able to execute everything. It's just like everything good and positive and happy and amazing is starting to all come together. And I could do another episode on this, guys. I haven't felt this good, I think, in my entire life. I feel like I've finally fully healed from everything and everything is just coming together. I'm getting off on all these tangents, by the way. I knew this was going to happen because I haven't done a podcast in a while and I was going to start doing it and it's going to be like word vomit. Plus, I just took my steroids like a couple hours ago and I'm like, you're like, are you sick? Because you have all this energy. No, man, my doctor put me on so much medication. I'm still not there because we're 13 minutes in and I haven't gotten to it because I just have so much to say to you guys. Oh my gosh, okay. So, anyway, I'm going to be looking all over the place. I'm so sorry. I can't even keep up with myself. I apologize, listeners. So, when I was leaving, I had to take my shoes off when I was leaving because my feet hurt so bad and I had the deepest blisters, like 2 on each side on my big toe and then also on my pinky toe. My feet were absolutely wrecked, just bloody and disgusting. I cannot believe I did that. Like, but that's how hardcore I dance. Like, it was so fun. So anyway, I'm just really enjoying dancing a lot, but I also have been go, burning it at both ends and probably why I'm getting sick. So a week went by. I'm going to say right now a big F you to Amazon doctors. I found out that you could actually go to the doctor on Amazon now and you could actually pay only $29 for a messaging visit, like a text visit, or like $50 for a video visit, which to me, somebody without insurance and, not a lot of money, that was so enticing. So every day I was like toying with the idea and then I was like, finally like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I did. That was the worst $30 I've ever spent. And I've been ranting about it for days. And I feel so cheap for that because I'm like, it's $30. But I'm like, that's a tank of gas I could have had. First of all, I applied for it. They took my $30 instantly. Then they paired me with a nurse practitioner who literally like asked me like, are you having this, this, or this? And that was it. She didn't let me say anything else. I didn't get to answer anything else that was going on or what I was taking or how long it had been going on. Nothing. And she was just like, it doesn't sound like contagious or like it's a bacterial infection. It's probably just a viral infection. And you live in Texas and allergies are bad there right now. So just take ibuprofen or Tylenol twice a day. What? bitch, are you kidding me? I just paid you $30 and you literally just told me to take ibuprofen, which I've been doing for a week straight. I was taking throat like numbing lozenges. I was taking Mucinex DM during the day, Delsum in the evening, and I was taking ibuprofen twice a day. And this bitch tells me to take ibuprofen, and I try to ask more questions. I'm like, well, I have had asthma. My doctor always used to be worried it would move to my lungs. Like, I don't want it to get an infection. I go on vacation in a week. Oh, well, if you're worried about that, maybe you should go take a flu or COVID test and then come back to me. And if it's positive, if not, you need to go see your provider. Then what are you for? It just seems like the biggest racket. It's just like the easiest way to collect people's money and be like, oh, go see somebody else that really knows what they're doing. Okay, bye. And I should have known. I know. But I was so angry. And so the next day comes, which was today. And well, last night I went to sleep, or I was trying to go to sleep. I felt so sleepy. But every time I would lay down, and this is a little TMI sickness for you guys, that, I feel like your family, so you're going to hear all the gross shit. I tried to lay down, and every time I would try to lay down, my throat would start itching and I'd start coughing stuff up. Now, also last night, near the end of the evening, I started feeling really bad. And I was like, uh-oh, like I could just tell, like I instantly knew, like, I think this moved to my chest. And I would try to take like a deep breath and I couldn't. I'd just start coughing. It was just like really wheezy. So I was so nervous. I pulled out my old albuterol inhaler and started doing it. And that actually made me be able to take a deep breath, which was great. But I went to lay down, and every 20 minutes, like I would have to like cough something up, and it was like thick and in my mouth and gross. So after like about the third time I got up in 45 minutes, I was like, fuck this. So I got like a rag, and I was spitting every time I had to spit like into this like towel rag thing, which is so gross, I know, but I just like was so tired. I was trying to get sleep. I could not get up every 10 to 20 minutes. Like I just couldn't. So that was happening, and it literally happened all night. I just felt like I was in this fever dream. I was coughing stuff up. It was just so bad. And I woke up in the morning after what could have been like a beautiful night's sleep or whatever. And sorry, I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm so not feeling good, you guys. Anyway, I woke up and I went to the bathroom and coughed more stuff up. And when I coughed it up in the sink, I noticed it was like extremely dark green, like dark forest green. I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. So I Googled immediately, like, what does green mean? Because the stuff I've been coughing up before was clear, and it was like bacterial infection. And I was like, great. It was like, could be, getting really bad. Could be bronchitis, could turn to pneumonia. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I looked at the rag too I'd been coughing up in all night, and it was all green. And then this is the most nasty part, you guys. It was so gross. So I was in my bathroom there, and I was just like trying to like get my mind straight and think about like having to go to work and trying to figure this all out and like what is happening. I'm feeling so bad. And I was sitting there, and I felt a big hunk come up in my throat. So I went to try to like go, get it up. But it was so much that like I started gagging, like dry heaving, like I was going to throw up. And all of a sudden I stopped it and I went again. And when I went like that, the biggest, like a tablespoonful of freaking like dark green, just gunk just shoots out of my throat and lands right on my sink. You guys, it was so nasty. Oh my God. It was just like the biggest pile of just dark green goo. And I'm like, oh my God, like that just came out of my freaking chest. Like that came out of my lungs. I'm gonna die. Like, oh my God, I was freaking out. Oh my gosh. So I took a picture of it, of course, and sent it to my mom. And and then I actually called my doctor because I was like, I've got to see if I can be seen. And she told me, I freaking love my doctor, by the way. Since I'm a recurring patient, they only charge a $50 copay. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I could have been like paying for insurance that I couldn't even afford, and my copay would have been $50 already with the insurance. But I can, like, are you kidding? Like, I was so happy. And they were totally booked full, and they squeezed me in. And it was quick, and I had to be there right then, but they got me. She listened to my lungs. She's like, I'm worried about this, especially with your past asthma. Long story short, which is not, because we're 20 minutes in. This has not been a long story short at all, but whatever. She was like, it's a good thing you came in, and she prescribed me so much stuff. Oh my gosh. So I'm on a steroid inhaler. And then I'm also on antibiotics and twice a day steroid for 3 days. And then she also gave me some like prescription cough meds, and then wants me to take Delsum as well. And like a ton of liquids. And she's like, can you please, like, are you gonna sit down this weekend? Like, can you relax? And I was like, I do have the ability to do nothing this weekend. Yes. And she's like, do it. She's like, make people wait on you hand and foot, drink soup, hot tea, all the liquids, and just stay home. So that's what I'm doing this weekend, which is why I'm recording a podcast right now, because I'm not really tired and I have nothing to do. So yeah, I'm officially, like, I guess a day of meds in, and I'm really bummed because I was going to go to a 2-hour salsa bachata class tomorrow, but I'm not going to do that now. But she said I should be able, like, to be good and fine to go back Monday. We'll see. I know, big picture, I don't want to be sick for my vacation, but I'm just like, I also want to be able to try out for this dance team. I don't know. It's just hard. So many things happening at once. So anyway, that is my sick story. So I'm on all this medication right now. And with that said, I'm going to take another little sippy sip of tea out of my cutie little cup that is my favorite. It says Amor. It has a little heart inside. I would show you, but I would spill my tea. Not cute. All right. Ooh, I wonder if I'm going to get complaints like, you drank on the microphone. It sounds awful. I doubt it. You guys are so cool. Like, nobody really complains here. Y'all are so nice. Okay. I'm also really surprised my ring light is still on because this thing is old and I can't even use words right now. It's shit, basically, and it gets overheated really quick, and then it turns off. And if that happens, I'll be in complete darkness, minus this beautiful purple light you can see from my fiddly fig. But yeah, it hasn't happened yet. Now that I've mentioned it, it might, but we'll see. All right, now that we're 20 minutes in, I'm going to get into the real meat and potatoes of this and try to make it quick. I know I don't like listening to podcasts that are over like 30 minutes. My attention span can't do it. I say that, but I listen to all of Mel Robbins lately. It was like an hour long, but still, I'm trying to go quick. So I wanted to tell you guys about the really exciting thing that's happening, and some really bad things that led up to this too. So I live in this apartment, obviously, and I've really loved it. I really enjoyed living here the past year. It's been really great. Oh my God, do you guys hear the sirens? Like, as I'm like, I love living here. It's like, wee. That's another thing. I feel like you'll see, but every time I try to talk myself into staying at this place, or like maybe I made a mistake, then something like bad happens or something weird happens, like almost instantly, I swear to you, it's like the universe being like, bitch, no, get out. So anyway, yes. As the sirens are going on. Anyway, this place has been great. It's been really beautiful. It's a very quiet complex over here. I'm, nestled right beside the woods, a little river and stream creek thing. It's a lot of natural light here. It's an older place, but it's so pretty. My fireplace is great. I've arranged just the way I want. Like, it's been a lovely place. The management here is great. The gym is awesome. And it's just like so quiet though that I never see anyone. I literally just met my guy neighbor like a month ago, and I've lived here over a year. So, or I guess like right at a year. Anyway, it's just that quiet that you don't see anyone. You have no interactions. And as a social person, I kind of hate that, especially where you're living. I like meeting my neighbors. A place I used to live, like I knew everyone, and people would cook for you and bring you food, and you would socialize, and I love that shit. But not here. So anyway, that's all good and fine. I was thinking about getting out of here anyway and moving to somewhere different, but I didn't really know for sure. And now it's been a couple months ago, I guess, at this point. So one day I was taking a nap. It was 2 p.m. On my couch during the week. I get up at 3 to 3:30 in the morning. So I was taking a little afternoon cat nap on the couch, when all of a sudden I was awoken to a wonderful noise that I could absolutely not mistake for anything else other than what it exactly was. I heard a grown-ass man moaning, oh, and I heard you know exactly what that is. Everyone knows what that is. It woke me out of like a dead sleep at 2 p.m. And I was like, what the? And I got up and ran to my peephole, and it is an older apartment. The peephole is not clear or anything. It's very blurry peephole, but out of peephole, I could see a man who was standing across, like on the wall there, like right across from my door, doing exactly what you know. And I was like, what the hell? And I just didn't know what to do. In that moment, I froze. The first thing I thought of that I really wanted to do was get my phone out and start recording and open the door and be like, I got you. Or like, what the F are you doing? You know what I mean? That was my first thought. But then I was also like, okay, I'm a girl and I live alone and I have no weapons here other than like a freaking dull machete under my bed, basically. So what am I going to do? What if he charges me? What if he runs in? Or what if he's like, oh my God, this girl caught me. Like, I'm going to come back and kill her. These are all the thoughts, right? I didn't know what to do. I genuinely did not know what to do. So he finished, I guess. and left. And I just like, I was texting my friends and my mom about it, and like, what should I do? Like, I didn't know if I should call the cops. I feel like, is that too much? Like, that's extra, right? I just did not know what to do. I was frozen in this situation. So I waited like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I finally was going to go to the office and tell the manager about it. And it gets worse. Okay, so I went to leave and nobody was out there, and I was just looking down. And at this point, I was kind of mad. I'm mad because I feel scared and I didn't want to do anything. And I'm mad that I was mad that I was scared to do something. I was mad that some dude did this to me and made me fearful to not be able to protect myself or go do something about it. So then at that point, I was kind of pissed, right? And I'm like, I wanted to know for sure if that was what was happening, even though I heard it. But I'm like, I want to know. And it looked wet down there, right? So this is absolutely disgusting. Everyone I've told this to has been like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No one would ever do this. And I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me, but I did this. I shut my door and I was like, I want to know for sure it's that. So I start bending down and I was going to touch it and just smell it. I'm disgusting. I don't know what's wrong with me. I was angry and I was like, I just wanted to know 100% before I went to the office. So as I'm bending down, I'm starting to put my hand down there, and as my hand goes to touch, I smell this awful smell, and then I notice brown chunks over there. Not only did this man jerk off outside of my door, he also took a shit outside of my door, and I put my hand in that. And my hand was in human shit, and who knows what else. And I was so disgusted. I was like, what did I just do? So I went back inside with my one hand and I scrubbed my hand for like, I swear to God, 10 minutes. Just soap. Like, oh my God. So the weirdest thing about all this is like, who was this? Was it some random man? There's also the apartment next to me that was getting carpet put in because they had moved out and they were installing carpet that day. Was it a carpet man who needed to take a shit? Or maybe he saw me coming in and out, or maybe he just needed to pleasure himself. I don't know. But why would a carpet man do that? You literally have an apartment. You can go take a shit in if you need to. So I'm like, I don't think that's it. And I'm like, well, what if it was one of the maintenance men and he just had to really go? And I'm like, why would a maintenance man take a shit outside my door? You know, I did not know who it was. It's just so weird. And 2 p.m. broad daylight during the week. Like, what? So weird. So anyway, I head to the office and I asked to speak to the manager. A Karen move, no. And the weird thing is, like, I was looking at the maintenance man and I swear, like, it looked like the same kind of like clothes he had on, like from what I could see through the peephole. But then I'm like, I think I'm just probably, my mind is turning on me, and it's like, it could be anybody. I just really felt so violated, right? But I swear it looked like the same. And then I was scared it was the maintenance man, and I swear he was staring at me, and I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, I went in and talked to the manager and I told her what happened, and she seemed like really worried and devastated, and also in a way like, I'm not surprised, or this again. And I'm like, wait, what? So it turns out, first of all, she apologized. She offered for me to move apartments, and I didn't really want to do that because if I'm planning on leaving here in a couple months anyway, I don't want to move everything to another apartment. And she was really worried about me because I have a garage that is not attached, so you can't go up in it. It's one that I have to go down 2-3 flights of stairs, and I do that at like 3:30, 4 in the morning to go to work. So she was very worried about that. She's like, get a taser, get mace, like if you're not gonna move, like please protect yourself. So she also offered to get me a Ring camera. So she paid for the Ring camera and had it installed for me as soon as it came in, with maintenance doing it for me and stuff, which is really nice. And she was like, oh, this is my favorite one. It's like a chrome finish. I don't like the white ones. This is the pretty color to me. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So she orders it, and she told me that apparently they've had a really bad homeless problem here lately. So I told you guys I live right on this fence where there's a creek behind us, and it's just so beautiful. It's all trees. It literally looks like I'm living in the canopy of a rainforest. I've said that before here. Well, now that it's been winter and the trees have been disappearing, or the leaves have been disappearing, it's gotten so gross out there, and there's trash everywhere. You can see like this old mattress, and it looks like a dump yard for people. I'm like, oh my God, I used to think this was so pretty, and this is awful. Well, it turns out there was an entire homeless colony there, a whole encampment of them. And we have a police officer that stays, I guess, right next door to me here. And he's our courtesy officer as well, but he's also Dallas police officer, DPD. So you can't run homeless people or you can't take their camp away. You can't move them out of there. You have to have the city do it or have a permit from the city. It's like a whole thing here in Dallas, apparently. So they worked hard to get that done and they moved everyone out. But apparently there were still some stragglers that kept coming back and like messing with people. I finally met my neighbor across the hall over here, and he told me he's lived here for 4 years and was thinking about moving because it's gotten so bad. He was walking his dog the other day, who, by the way, is named Boba. How effing cute is that? This little like American bulldog like rescue. She's so cute. Anyway, he was walking her, and this homeless guy, I think it was one or two of them, were across the fence there, and they started cussing him out and following him and like trying to bow up, and like he's like, oh, I guess I'm gonna fight today. Like he really thought he was gonna have to get in a fight with these guys that were harassing him. So that's interesting. So that's what made me think, well, that's what my manager at the complex here thought, that it's a homeless guy that did this. So fun times. Anyway, they installed that Ring camera, and then as I was going to the gym, I started noticing there was 2 or 3 other apartments here in my building on the second and the first floor that have those same exact Ring cameras, which is why I brought up to you guys that she said, oh, I really like the chrome finish. It matches like the apartment's wall and it's just so pretty. So it looks like there's been other incidences here, and she's been buying Ring cameras for people. So I don't know what else has been happening or whatever, but it's crazy. So that happened. And then, what else? My mom came over a couple weeks ago, and we were going to go get some food and go see a movie. And we noticed, we looked out, and there's like a big hole, like a sewer hole, like right here in the creek. And these 2 homeless guys came out of it. So they're still here. And they had like a rope and a bag, and they were throwing rocks up at the tree, trying to knock a raccoon down. And they did. And they started chasing it with a stick. Like, I guess they're trying to capture this raccoon for food. And we're just sitting here watching this happen, like right at my apartment. I'm like, interesting. And I forgot to, my manager also told me that once they got the homeless colony out, that like a week later, when it was really cold here, they noticed smoke coming up from the sewers and from the gutters. And they're like, what's going on? So they had the cop go down and look. It turns out there's like a cave system right beneath us here, the sewer. And so there's this big like open cave area, and then there's 3 miles of tunnel, and there was a whole colony down there. They were lighting fires and having like bonfires down there to keep warm, and all these people living in, like, you could make a fucking movie out of that. Like, what a great movie plot. Almost sounds like The Descent, right? But anyway, so that was happening, and they had to get them out of there, and the cops had to go through all 3 miles of tunnel to remove these people. So there was like a whole homeless colony living like directly under us. And then this has all been happening, and I've just been like not feeling safe here. I've been hearing noises above me, and I've started literally one day, like I was leaving a voicemail to a friend, and I got loud. I was like, bah! And then all of a sudden something above me like hit, like it scared them, and you could hear like running. And I'm like, was that an animal or a person? Like, so I started Googling, can somebody live above me in an attic at my apartment? Like, I've just not felt safe or comfortable here since all that happened. I am not a fan of guns. Not that I like don't think people should own them. I personally just don't know how to use them. So they scare me. I've been very much thinking about taking a handgun course, or I want to know everything about a gun and be very comfortable with it before I have one. I think it'd be a good idea to get one, very much so. In Texas here is very common anyway. So I've been thinking about that, but in the meantime, I did get mace, I did get a taser and a knife, and like, how sad is it that I sleep with all that beside my bed too? And then every time in the morning when I go to work, I have a taser in my hand, and I'm like, my alarm keys in my other hand, like, but I'm protecting myself. So far, so good. The latest incident was last weekend, the Mexican bar company dancing night. I got home at 5 p.m. from my salsa class, and then I went dancing at 9 p.m. So it was sometime in between then. I heard 2 guys like burping and cussing and stuff outside, and I looked, and they were like on bikes. They looked younger, like maybe like anywhere from 15 to 30 years old. And then when I went downstairs to leave, they spray painted a big penis right outside my garage door downstairs. So I haven't had any incidences up here with the Ring camera, but then I had a big penis. And while like I'm, still like, this is old, I'm so leaving, it was also very funny. The penis. I took a lot of pictures and videos with it, and I was going to take like a video and a picture every single day, but then I emailed my apartment complex and they removed it the next day, which is good, but I also got to like miss the penis a little bit. It was very funny. It was also a very poorly drawn penis, so maybe it was like children that have never seen one. I guess they've seen their own. I don't know. It just sucked though. It was like, I would have liked more detail and like more realness, but it was like a Picasso penis, just A little off base, very artsy. Anyway, so that being said, I emailed my manager here, or you're supposed to give your 60-day notice, so I did. And she was like, oh my gosh, I hate to see you leave. The other person asked why, and I'm like, it's kind of obvious. But the manager was like, is there anything we could do to make you stay? She was like, I was looking at your apartment, and if you stay and lease again, I can get it down to this much money for you, which would have been like $200 a month. It was like $100 or $200 a month cheaper, which is so enticing because it's like, I don't make a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money, and to like save that much money and not have to move at all too. And, maybe this place will get better, like, is so enticing. But at the same time, I look at this place as like, I feel like this was like my morning cave. I, got dumped, my heart ripped out of my freaking chest, and then I fled here. And this last year has literally been me just like absolutely like going through it, right? Like, I picked myself up off the absolute ground, like with my mom being sick and the breakup, and just like, I was talking about that earlier with my mom. Like, that was the hardest moment. I mean, I'm gonna knock on wood when I say this, literally, because like I don't want to go through anything like that again. I'm sure life will bring something like that, but in 36 years, that was it for me. That was the worst time of my freaking life. So I came here, right? I rehomed my birds, which made me so sad. And oh my God, it rips my heart out to think about them. I miss them every day. I know things are better probably for them too, like with everything changed the way it is, and life is so much easier. Oh my God, but I miss them. I miss my babies so much. So, they moved to this apartment with me. I have the memories of them being here for a short time. And then this is a place I came broken, right? And I rebuilt myself and built myself up to like, again, like a better person than I've ever been. The life lessons I've learned, even in just the last few months, the way I'm able to like see things now, like almost like step back and look at them and be like, oh, this is you, or oh, this is what you need to learn, or oh, this is how you should do this different, or not take this personally, or do this. Like, it's amazing to me that I'm able to see things like this now and like take ownership for things that I do wrong and that I shouldn't take personally. I've learned so much about myself, and I'm continuing to learn every day. And I've just never felt this happy, this much freedom. I've never felt this like so fulfilled, so full of life. So like I'm living, like I am literally like, I don't know, man. Like I'm just doing everything I want and when I want and making so many new friends. And I just feel fulfilled. Like that is the word. Like I feel so good. I feel so good, and I don't want this high to stop. I really don't. So that being said, the exciting part about all of this is that a couple months ago I did start looking at apartments, and my mom was helping me out. There's a place around here that I really, really love, and I of course was like, I'd love to go back there. It's just an awesome place. It's like the heart where all this stuff happens, like these big events happen. I've talked about it all the time. The apartments there used to be condos. So they're a lot more insulated, and every single one is different. Like every floor plan, it's not like you have like your 1 through 4 floor plans. No, they're all different. And so you really don't even know what your apartment looks like kind of until you go there, unless it's open. But most of them aren't because they like rent so quickly. There's like 8 different buildings. They all have their own personalities and just different layouts and plans and stuff. And the area is just so cute. The people are nice. There's people everywhere, from all ages of like 21 to all the way up to like 60, 70, and a lot of single people, really fun people. There's bars. There's this really cute little like cafe and wine bar that's European. It's owned by Romanians, I think. And it's always Euro people that are there. There's just some restaurants, bars, really cool things there. It's a fun place. Whereas like here, I haven't even met any of my neighbors. I never see anyone. And now, I think maybe that was good for me for a year, like to just be alone, to really feel all my feelings, to do therapy at least once a week and just get it all out and really like heal, like deeply, deeply heal. And I am now. And so now I'm like, I feel like, again, this was like my morning cave, and I'm good and I'm healed now. And all this weird shit and gross stuff has been happening. And now it's moving on to bigger and better things, something new and exciting and different, like the next chapter, right? So the kicker about this is I went and looked at some of these apartments, and there's one that I haven't actually seen it like in person yet because there's still somebody living there. But the floor plan, there was one that my ex and I went to look at when we were first moving in together, being together a year. It was our first apartment. We were going to move in together. And we went and looked at this apartment, and it was unbelievable. We both absolutely fell in love with it. It's like a loft. It has like spiral staircase, little place for like a studio or office or something upstairs. In the living room and in the bedroom, it has like these like floor to ceiling, like 15-foot, 20-foot maybe windows, just huge windows that are like these pop outs. It's just a fireplace. It's just the most gorgeous, absolutely like stunning, freaking cool ass apartment. And we so fell in love with it. We're like, this is the one, we're getting this. So we had to wait to apply for it for like, I think we had to wait like a month or a few weeks or something because of the timing for our last one. Anyway, it ended up renting like a few days after we decided this is the one, and we were devastated. Oh, we wanted that apartment so bad. It was like a dream apartment. Well, that apartment is available. Maybe not that exact one, but like the same layout. And I applied for it, and I freaking got it. And the cool thing about that is it's like, I think the same prices I'm paying here, maybe like $50 more a month, so it's manageable. And the coolest thing is like I put my, radio job, main job, Lex and Terry, invoice down or whatever for rent. And then the other part of it was my fucking OnlyFans. So my toes helped me pay for my new apartment and get approved for it. Like I did this shit by myself, and I'm getting my dream apartment. The apartment that the ex and I wanted to move in together and we didn't get to was not right then. I'm now moving into this badass effing apartment by myself. Oh my God, you guys. I'm so excited. So again, there's part of me that's like, would the responsible thing have been to stay here and save a couple hundred on rent? But I just think, like, again, every time I think that or start thinking that, or every time I started like having second thoughts, something weird or bad would happen, like the penis or hearing something or sirens, or like, it would just be some little thing to just be like, nope, stay on the right track. I swear to you. And I totally believe in stuff like that. But anyway, I'm so damn excited. So I move here in about a month, and you guys, I'm so stoked. So that's the whole plan, is like the upstairs. I have the spiral staircase that goes to the upstairs place, which is going to be my freaking podcast studio. So I'm going to get that set up just how I want. I'm going to try to do it myself. Worst case scenario, I have somebody come over, like I pay somebody to come and set everything up for me, all my streaming stuff, but I can have my green screens up there, my cameras, like everything for me, do my podcast. I am so excited. And if I can really hit that off and make more money from that, and like everything's just going to be smooth sailing and perfect, I'm just really stoked. Plus, like, if I stayed here, like, it is what it is. Like, I've gone through sadness here. This apartment just reminds me of my birds, and it reminds me of being heartbroken. Like, and getting away from that and starting something fresh and new will just be amazing. And I think it'll be super like uplifting, motivational, like just, you know what I mean? Just brand new, the new amazing freaking chapter. Like, let's go. Whole new novel, not even just a new chapter. Like, damn. Anyway, I'm really excited. My nose is starting to run a lot. But anyway, yeah. So that is what I've been going through. And I've been really stressed about money too. Part of me, like, I was really, really stressed for a couple days there. It's like the worst couple days I've had in a few months. That did stand out because every day has just been so great lately. But I started getting stressed because this vacation is coming up, which I paid, I booked it like a year ago before I knew I'd be moving or any of this was happening at this time, like whatever. So I have this vacation coming up in a week. And then I get back, and like less than a month later I move. And then thumbs up just happened. And then I also have to pay my taxes, which I haven't even looked at. And they are going to be so bad, you guys. So that all hits at once, bam, bam, bam. And I've just been so stressed about it and thinking about my debt. And I just don't have as much in my savings because of, having to go through the divorce this year. And then also the taxes from last year. Like, it's just been everything. So, I found a lot of comfort in my mom and friends telling me, like, this is the hardest time of the year for anyone. Everyone goes through this with taxes, with money, with all of that. So there's that. And then also, it always works out, right? It's always going to work out. No matter what happens, you will figure something out. It will always work out. So just telling myself that over and over again, like, helped. I had a couple days where I was real stressed about it, and then I got over it. And you know what? I'm going to come back from vacation feeling great, and then have to deal with the real life stuff and probably get really stressed out again. But I'm going to keep telling myself, you got this. It will all work out. It will. Some things that I think are going to help too. I have to sell my washer and dryer that, the ex and I bought together, which I'm kind of sad about because I really love my little LG front loaders. They're just so cute and nice. And ever since I was young, I was like, I wonder if I'll ever own front loaders. Dream big, right? But I do. And they're so cute. My new place has washer dryer already, which is nice. Probably won't be as nice as these, which is sad, but I can get a good chunk of change for these, which will help greatly. And something else kind of sad is I think I'm going to sell my motorcycle. I genuinely have barely rode that thing since I moved over here. Also, there's fatalities happening constantly. I know everywhere, but specifically in Dallas, I'm a part of so many motorcycle groups, and I swear to God, every 5 minutes it's like fatality, fatality. Check your people, check your people, and it's always other people's fault, right? Like box trucks are the big one right now, turning in front of people. It's always just somebody turning in front of somebody, and even if you're not going that fast, like to try to stop or have your reflexes, or it's so dangerous. A guy like 5 days ago or something died who was 36, my age, literally a town next to mine, like 10 minutes away, because a box truck pulled out in front of him. You couldn't even make out the bike. I don't even know what this means, but they said they had the bucket out there. I think they were picking up pieces of him. Like, that's awful. I'm like 36. That could be me. So I've been barely riding. Just, I've been doing other things in general. The weather's been crap, but also that, like, I'm terrified to ride anymore. So it's like, I barely ride this bike that has such low mileage on it, and I've taken such good care of it. And so anyway, sad, but I think I'm going to sell it. And also, like, the place I'm moving, I don't have my own personal private garage, and I don't want to have to deal with somebody trying to steal it again. But if I could sell that and get the money, that would honestly solve all my problems. You know what else would have solved all my problems? Taking $100,000 in Beast Games, kicking my own ass for not doing that. Okay, it is what it is. But anyway, that's what I've been dealing with. So if anybody's going through tough times with money, I talked to a friend earlier who's the same thing. She has a daughter that just had a wreck, and she has to get her on insurance, and her and her husband on their car insurance was like $9,000, and they tried to add their daughter and it went up to 16 grand. And then she's having to deal with house mortgage stuff and insurance for the house. And she's like, we don't even make this much. We don't even have this much coming in. And so I'm like, it just showed me like everyone's dealing with this. So just know you're not alone. So there's that. Quick little shout out to, I had a couple messages come in, the ones I can remember off the top of my head. A guy asked a question about Punta Cana and going there single and solo, and wanted a review on that, which I will definitely do, and I will talk more to you about that in the next 2 episodes. I say 2 because I'm really going to do one this week. I really am. And then I'll do one when I get back as well. Another one, a couple of you guys have reached out about this. There's a fake impersonator, several of them apparently on my Facebook. I block them, and you should do the same, report them. So if you know they're fake and not me, it'll be somebody with my name and my picture sending you a friend request and be like, let's be friends or whatever. That is not me. I don't think you can send a friend request from a fan page or whatever. But I block them as I see them. The funny one is somebody told me he thought it actually was me messaging him until I said something about kids, and he's like, then I knew it was fake. It's so true. Yeah, so no children for me, man. And then last but not least, I saw a very sweet message from a girl recently who said that I helped her a lot with the breakup stuff that I went through and talking about mine as you went through something similar, and hard times, and just sending out love to you. It is so tough, but literally, and I want to do an episode on this soon, like it makes me so emotional right now talking about it, because like I'm just so happy right now. Like I'm so deeply healed, and I did not think I would be. 1 year ago today, literally, like I couldn't breathe when I woke up. I would just wake up heartbroken. I would wake up feeling so bad, like I had 300 pounds on my chest, and it would just be like cement blocks on my feet, like trying to get through every day. And I'm just like, is this misery ever going to go away? It really felt like it would never go away. And not only did it go away, I'm in the best place I've ever been. And so I definitely want to get more into that. And just, anyway, I'm just glad that my stories could help. There's times I come off like, maybe I'm being a whiny little bitch, but if they can help even just one person just by relating, then that means everything. So sending, like I said, all the love and good positive vibes to you to get through everything you're going through, and everyone else listening as well. So, oh my gosh, all the steroids, all the antibiotics, all the tears and laughter and fun times on the Sarah B Show. All right, guys. Well, as always, you can go to sarahbshow.com and check out my website there. It has the links to everywhere you can listen to these episodes, as well as my social media links. One thing I noticed is that these videos are not posting to YouTube. That's like the least of my concern, but you know what? I have the next couple of days where I'm forced to stay at home, so I'm going to really try to work on this, as well as pack some boxes. My plan too is to pack completely for my vacation this weekend. So when Monday hits, if I'm feeling better, I can just live my life, do my job, go to my dance classes, and not have to worry about being packed. So yeah, we will see if that happens. We'll see if any of this happens. And I've had a lot of people hit me up on my Go cleanse lately too. I am still doing that. I have like I said, my set weight goal that I want to do, like as far as the scale, but my body is changing a lot. I'm doing a lot of protein. I'm doing a lot of weightlifting, and my weight is heavier, but my body and my body looks the way I really want it to, and my clothes are fitting better. So it's a little heavier than I even intended before, but I'm still doing Go cleanse for the cuts, and it's awesome. So anyway, if you want to check that out, there is an 11-day Go cleanse. There's a 30-day, which will literally change your life. That's what I tell people that are like, I just can't do this, blah, blah, blah. If you can commit 30 days, it's tough. I mean, anything's tough, right? But if you can commit 30 days, that will literally change your life. That will change your whole body. I mean, doing 30 days would get you at your literal goal weight. And imagine that now. It's March. Do it now. Do it in April. Like, you'll be at your summer body before summer even gets here. And how awesome would that be, that you can actually like enjoy summertime instead of having to worry about losing weight like crazy or looking good in a bathing suit or whatever. So anyway, if you're interested, or if you want to do spot touching like I do, like I'll do like little 4-day cleanses here and there when I want to cut a little more and then bulk a little more. Like, I don't know, use it how you want. You don't have to do it by the book. I mean, there is a by the book method that works amazingly, or you can test it out with your body and use it the way you want, like I do. Who needs rules? Anyway, if you guys want to check that out, go to gocleanse.com/Sarah. That's GOCLEANSE.com/SARAH. So there you go. Look at that. I had so much to say tonight. I was like, oh, it's really late. Maybe I shouldn't record. Oh my God. Is it actually 2 a.m.? Oh my God, it's 2 a.m. You guys. Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'm definitely ending this here, and I'm going to like work on posting this tomorrow. So when you guys are listening to this, it'll be a mid delay. Just remember this was recorded the evening before or morning before at 2 a.m. Oh my God, 2 a.m. Okay. I'm going to go take my Delsum PM and pray to God that it like knocks these steroids out, because I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep right now. Part of me also wants to make creamy ice cream in my Ninja Creamy. But it's 2 a.m. and I would wake up my neighbors and they would hate me. Also, I need to do a review of my Ninja Creamy on the next episode, because that thing is amazing and is worth every penny. If you've been thinking about getting one, do it. It is the best thing I've ever bought. I was very nervous because I didn't think I'd ever use it, and it would sit and collect dust on my counter forever. I've used that thing almost every damn day. I love it. It's my most valuable possession. Worst name ever. Best appliance ever. Not sponsored yet. All right, guys. I love you guys so much. I'm so sorry it has been such a long wait in between episodes, but it will not be. It's happening next week. I'm putting it out there. I love you guys. Have an amazing weekend, and sending love to you all. Bye. Oh, let's finish with a sip of hot tea. Amor.